Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm gonna show you how I make my quinoa in a Mexican rice kind of way, and I usually use quinoa with a bunch of my dishes just to fill up and to make it feel more like I'm eating rice. So this one I'm using a red style quinoa, and I got mine at Costco. The ingredients I need is tomato, onion, garlic, a teaspoon of oil, half a cup of quinoa, and a whole cup of either chicken broth or vegetable broth. It really depends on your taste, and you don't really have to use the oil. I just need it to so it can have a more authentic flavor. The one that I get usually is already washed, but I like to rinse it again, and I add my oil into a pan to start heating up. And then right after that I add my quinoa and I leave it there to start toasting. I just make sure that it won't burn, and while it's toasting I like to also add the garlic and I like to add the onion. So just make sure that your quinoa won't burn. You don't really need to use the oil at this point. You can just throw the quinoa with some water and the tomato and the onion. That will still have a similar flavor, but I decided to make it this way. You can skip it if you're trying to avoid any oils in your food. So I'm gonna let them cook for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna add my tomato and I'm gonna press down so the tomatoes release all the juice and the flavors that usually the Mexican rice have. So I'm gonna let them cook here for a little bit, and then I'm gonna add my chicken broth or vegetable broth depending on what you're using, and I'm gonna make sure that it's just covering the quinoa. And when it starts boiling at this point, I'm gonna just cover it for a couple minutes until the whole liquid has evaporated. It usually takes about 10 minutes to make the quinoa. Depending on how much you're making, it doesn't take that long. So I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna let it sit for a couple minutes, and as you can tell, this one is ready. And you can tell that it's ready because it gets a soft texture. It is not as hard, and it looks something like this. So now I'm gonna get my fork and I just kind of fluff it up, and it is pretty much ready to use. I use this with a lot of my dishes, like on the bottom, like with shrimp or chicken, and I'm going to like it. It's a good complement for my meals. So if you like this recipe, don't forget to subscribe, give me a like, and check out the other recipes that I have at the end of this video. I will talk to you next time. Bye!